Hello students, welcome to MGC Learning. Standard 12th, subject Information Technology for Science. We are learning today the 8th part of chapter Advanced JavaScript and the second built-in object in the JavaScript language, that is the number object. So let's begin. In the previous session, we learned about the string object, the various properties and the methods related to the string object. Now this session we are learning the number object. It helps us to work with numbers. This object represents the numerical date, either integers or floating point numbers. Floating point means decimal numbers. In general, you do not need to worry about the number object because the browser automatically converts the number literals to instances of the number class. In place of number, if you give any other argument like text, then it cannot be converted into a number. Then it returns the error. Error in the sense of NaN, this format. In the 11th standard, we have already seen this. NaN, not a number. It gives like this. If you give any other argument which cannot be converted. So let's take a look at some of the properties of the number object with their description. Number object helps us to work with numbers. Primitive values like 34 or 3.14 cannot have properties and methods, but with JavaScript, it is available with primitive values. There are three properties defined here in this table, and there are four methods. Min value is the first property. It returns the largest minimum value. Max value returns the largest maximum value. And NaN, it represents not a number value. These are the three properties in the number object. And there are four methods here. First one is integer. I is capital here. Take a note of that. Is integer. It determines whether the given value is a integer. If you give a integer value here, it will give you a boolean output, true or false. So whatever integer is given, it's checking for the integer, whether whether the given value is a integer or not. Second is parse float. Parse float and parse int we have learned in 11th standard also. But again we will be learning it here. Parse float, it converts the given string into a floating point number. And parse int converts the given string into a integer number. This takes integer part only. This takes integer and floating point, both. And the last one is toFixed. Here you have to make a correction in the textbook. It is fixed. It is toFixed. T-O. toFixed. It returns the string that represents a number with exact digits after the decimal point. It's converting beyond 0.5 after decimal. It converts it into a integer. So these are the four methods. Let us use these methods and solve some examples. The first method is integer. This is a program for it. Is integer method. So here in the variable declaration part, I have taken three variables with the values 0, 3 and -5 respectively. x0, y3, z, -5. All three are integers. And here you are checking and writing it. Document.write, number is integer x, it will say true. Document.write, number dot is integer y. Here you are learning the number object. So number dot and the method you have to write is integer of y of 3. Y is 3 here. So it will say true. If you take ABC here, it will say false. That's a text. Again, number dot is integer of -5. That is also true. It's a negative but integer. So this is the way how you write the is integer method. Okay, how you use it. So this is the boolean value which will be printed after checking. So this is the demo of the is integer method. Second is the parse float method. See the values. Variable a is equal to 50. There is no decimal part for it. It's an integer. Variable b is equal to 50.25. Again integer. C is a string. Okay, this is a text which is enclosed in double quotes. D is 50 and string return. There's one integer here and there's a text here. E is 50.25 and a text. Okay, so here we will see how it is printing now. Document.write, write ln will take you to the second value will be printed on the second line. You can say document.write also. It will print it horizontally. Okay. Document.write number dot parse float. F should be capital compulsorily. Number dot parse float of A, that is 50. Okay. So it will print 50. It float takes both integer as well as a floating point, but it does not take text. Document dot write ln number dot parse float of B 50.25. As it is, it will be taken. Document dot write ln number dot parse float of C string. There's no number here. It will parse, not a number. This will be the error type message. That will be the property which will be printed. Document.write.ln number.parse float of D. Here there is a number, so it will take only the number. Okay, and last one also it will take the floating point number and it will take off the text part. So error answer will be 50.25 only. So this is parse float of E. This is the output of the 5 statements. Just opposite to this is parse int. Variable A 50, B 50.25, C string, D 50 string, E 50.25 string. Same values are taken here. But only the function method is what? Parse int. So it will take the integer here 50. Okay. Here also it will take the integer part, truncate the floating point part. In the parse float of B, it was 50.25. In the parse int of 50.25, it will take only the integer part. So the answer will be 50. This is not considered as an integer. So it is not a number. Error message will be shown. Again, here it is taking 50. And here also it is taking 50. Floating point is truncated. So writing program is same, only in place of int you put float or float you put int according to your needs. So this will be the output which will be shown to you. 50, 50, NAN, 50 and 50. And the last method was to fixed, round up. So here there is the variable A is equal to 98.9721. Document.write.ln a dot. A is the variable. A dot to fixed parenthesis. So this will be 99 round up. Answer will be 99. So this is the way how to display it. You can try all these functions by yourself to see the outputs. And all these numbers I have shown a combined program here. Okay. H2 JavaScript global functions. Top part you have to write. This is the heading, JavaScript global functions. Paragraph. The global JavaScript function parseInt converts strings to numbers. This is again a paragraph which is written. PID is equal to demo. This is for parseInt. PID is equal to demo. And the second P, parseFloat method converts string to numbers. This one. For that your PID will be demo1. So one is for parseInt function, second is one is for parseFloat function. Start with the script. So here I have used this method, document.getElementById demo. So here it is taking parse int first. Inner HTML, parse int of 10. This is a integer. See, it takes parse int first. So it will take only the integer, truncate the floating part. 10 is written. Parse int 10.33. Again 10 is shown. Parse int 10 space 6. 10 is shown. Parse int of 10 years. This is a string. 10 is shown. And parse int of years 10. This is starting with a string. So it will show NaN, not a number. So here I am getting the working of this demo. Parse int. And next one is the demo 1. So here I say document.getElementById demo1 dot inner HTML. Parse float of 10. This takes both integer and floating point. So here it will display 10. Here it will display both 10.33. Parse float 10 space 6. It will take 10. Parse float of 10 years. Take 10. Parse float of years 10. Starting with a string. So not a number. So here I've used document.getElementById method and dot inner HTML property and this ID. And in the earlier program, it was just showing you the way how to write it and how it will be showing you the output. So this was about the JavaScript number object and its various methods with the examples. That's all for today. Thank you.